like I still got something to prove. Let's go!
So before we have the line meeting for 2022, there's still some things that I and Austin do, and part of that is photo shoots. So we're in the new studio. Dana is wearing camouflage. Why are you so in shape all the time? I've never been in shape like that, and she's just like that all the time. But yeah, we gotta take some photos and then leave a meeting, right? Why are you? Well, people can see you.
Probably, I guess. No, not official. Like, as hired just for photography? Not me. But that was the first one to take photos, probably other than Rob. I guess.
What?
Yes, if I was the first photographer.
When I hired him at first, no, he was nothing. I told him everything he knows. Except for Excel. I don't know Excel, and somehow he knows it. Before me, he was designing local diner restaurants and calling sandwiches after himself.
I didn't know why the videos I recorded were always so blue.
Do you now?
Yeah, white balance. I learned about white balance that day. We were crossing the bridge. What's the bridge in New York?
Manhattan.
We were crossing the Manhattan, and I was shooting out of the window, and he said, "Why do you have the color balance like that?" And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Don't you realize how blue it is?" I said, "Yeah, I thought I was supposed to look like this."
Oh yeah. Yo, let's do this.
Good, good.
Is that casual? I don't know what's casual.
Just casual. No. All right, perfect. Next. That's a weird question for me. Too good. Like, are you too good to do something? I've had that mindset before, and it does weird things. Like when you feel like you deserve, because that's what it is. It's like, well, I deserve not to do this, or I've worked too hard to specifically do this. I don't think so, man. I like, I mean, you've been around me enough. You know that I like to tow things. You know that I like to, like I sort of want to like fix these little marks by myself, even though there's contractors here to do it. I shouldn't be taking photos.
But
right?
you killed it.
You killed it. You're the good-looking one. I just got this really expensive camera.
You just have to go like
I don't know if you guys
this.
know. Listen, I grew up on film, and then I grew up using DSLRs. These new mirrorless cameras literally do all the work for you. If you guys just have a couple $1,000s, you can literally be a professional photographer. Because these things just do the work for you.
As long as you get an amazing model.
Oh, a half a bottle.
Trend that's they're still pushing the cutouts are going to keep it particular, along with the men's.
You see someone deadlifting, it's like they just love socks that say like I have a. So then I stop saying what I'm actually.
And then
gonna
you
say.
realize they're inappropriate.
I mean, wears socks that say I love big.
That's aggressive.
And like everyone's like, where'd you get your socks? Oh my god! And it's like, you guys are really gonna buy it, but that's what people like. They like weird socks. That's what you guys default to. I just want to make sure that last time my critique of the hats, and I'm not sure if I conveyed it properly, was a lot of them look the same. Can we make that, please? Can we start developing that? I don't care if we're not there yet.
I do love that.
You guys want to come look at this idiot stuff on my phone?
I think it's the collar. Right?
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. You look like a math teacher. I was sort of joking. Okay.
Yeah, they're not.
It was a
they're not
meeting
dead,
with
they're
all
just-
of us.
Was
I
I
don't
there?
have them.
Yeah.
So I wasn't there.
It was at your computer.
And I just feel like we could do a better job. Everyone else goes on Alibaba, and they literally just change the print, like everyone.
Yeah.
I think our biggest flex would be from the initial sketch, hand sketch, like let's really play that up. Yeah, I buy a lot of like, but that doesn't mean we should make them for the brand.
Yeah.
When do we start planning ahead, bro?
What was the question? Sorry.
Pay attention, man.
I was doing a lot of other stuff
were
in the
on
last
TikTok.
10. No, I wasn't.
All
Wanna
right.
see what
When
I
did we
was doing?
start? I would say, maybe when we started the cut and sew process. That's when we started out to like actually start planning ahead. That was 6 years ago, I think, is when we really started having to pre-plan. A lot of brands, and also what we used to do was just print on blanks. So we would buy American Apparel, print on American Apparel. We would I mean, now the hot thing that everyone does is just, if you don't know the site, it's called Alibaba, and you go there and you contact the mill and you say, hey, I want this graphic on this, and they'll just make it and then you can sell it. It's very, very easy. The quality isn't going to be great. You're not going to get what you want, but we go direct to mills. We design, when obviously you just saw this 45-hour meeting, and and we're making decisions that are going to hit next spring, a year away.
Yeah, we're preparing for next spring, summer, and we haven't even released this spring, summer. And this is the furthest we ever been ahead on any of this stuff. So a little scary, a little intuition involved, and trusting our gut and trusting our team and making sure that we'll be able to execute and look into our crystal ball and make it happen.
I trust Austin. I trust Austin, but I'm not scared to like not agree. I think that's the great thing is Brittany is very intelligent, not my style. Sal is very intelligent, not my style. He's very intelligent, different style than me. So we're all different. You know, even these guys who grew up 5 minutes from each other in Philadelphia are way different. They understand the same thing. Brittany's, I'd say, the opposite of a Dana. Drew is the opposite of me. So we have everyone here that sort of has their own little opinion, and I think that the cool thing is no one dominates and everyone sort of trusts. Like you'll even see me, who I normally just dominate a conversation. I default to them, or I'll say, I don't know, Polos or him. I trust whatever, because I think we all trust each other to some extent. So it's a longer meeting, but we all have enough different styles that we all work out together. So that's something I've been doing for the last couple of years, is I've been trying to, because I want to be bigger than this, right? Like I don't want to always be this size. So I spent the last few years, I think, doing a little bit of misstepping, which is me just trusting the employees to make the call. And what I realized is I haven't given a clear enough vision of what this all is for them to make that call. So I sort of set everyone up for failure. But I've done that for, I'd say, like the last 3 or 4 years, which is I'm just sort of hands off, and I sort of watch, and I'm like, yeah, I trust my team because they're professionals. But even with them being professionals, the brand needs a vision and a voice, and it needs to be certain, And I think that a lot of them are acting with uncertainty because I haven't been as involved, which is why now these meetings they're coming up with their overall concepts of what they think. They run it through him, and then they bring it to this, and then I give my feedback along with everyone else, and then we come back and finalize it. So this is more of a new thing where I'm sticking my back in the mashed potatoes.
Wow.
I don't know if that was the right term. So yeah, if you guys want to see more stuff like this, this is normally the things I don't film because I'm buried in a meeting and I'm focused. So for me to set up a camera, I'm taking myself off track. But I got you here, bro. So if you guys want to see more of this, comment below, let me know. Deeper dives into very specific parts of business, and I can cover it all day long, no issue. Especially if you just film it, then ask me questions afterwards. This is fantastic. The cut and sew journey for us has been an exciting one, right? But I think we're there now. I think judging by the jacket, we're definitely there. In the beginning of the brand, when we were just printing on blanks, we didn't get to do that. We had to just deal with what we were presented with or what we could afford. And this was always a goal. The cut and sew game, picking out zippers, picking out zipper poles, picking out strings, picking out fabric. It took a lot of learning and mistakes to get here. Exhausting and exhilarating all at the same time. And I think this jacket's a sum of all those little adventures that we had. I think it's an awesome representation of where we're at and where we're going.